friends, welcome, welcome. It is time to do a class. It's not going to be my normal class that I do free with purchase. It is going to be, if you make a purchase, then you get the tutorials, because I'm still wading through all my other stuff that I've got going on. 1 second, I have too many things happening. Let's see here. I don't need the iPad telling me every minute that I'm on. Let's see here. Sorry about that. There. I gave everyone time to get on, right? Hi, Nancy. Hot and humid South Central Kansas. It is hot and dry Northeastern Montana. Hi, Lisa. And hopefully we're ready to go. My sound's okay. Everything's all right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Northeastern Montana, where it's hot and dry, like I just said. So I have a couple things I'm going to share with you. Actually, you've already heard most of them. I will run through them very quick when I add my other camera. All right, let's see what we have going on here. And I think this is the one I want. Yep, that's the one I want. All right, and scoop my mat up. There we go. So Paper Pumpkin, today is the last day to sign up if you want this fun little strawberry box. The next one is Farmhouse Florals. The online exclusives, I will be using one of them tonight. One of them. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad you're awake. Anyway, online exclusives started again, or a new release of online exclusives began this month. And so there's some fun products. The one you'll see later with me is, I'm going to use the Night Fright dies. That's what I'm going to use. I have so many ideas I could have used, but that's what I settled on. It is not too late to get in and order your virtual album retreat kit. We're going to be doing lots, 24 single pages, 12 spreads. And I'm going really fast, I know. But if you're interested in doing that, please join us. I think there's still kits available. They only are available while supplies last. And currently there is a two-tone paper sale. So let me show you what I mean by two-tone paper. Let me just grab this pack. So two-tone is when you have one side is a little bit lighter than the other. And I have done two-tone for the last 2 weeks on my mystery stamping. And the first one was a fluke. I had no idea that this sale was coming. Here, we can do this. Matchy. No, now you can see the two different tones. So one's a little bit lighter than the other, the front versus the back. And the first one, like I said, was totally a fluke. The technique I used on those two cards, I am not doing tonight. So I'm going to show you a couple other things that you can do with the two-tone cardstock. So I will show you everything at the end. I even have a scrapbook page. I know, it's one you may have seen before. Hi, Glenda. How are you? So to get us started, I have all my pieces cut. We're taking the simple route tonight. And then I have all my pieces cut, and then they all fall down. All right. So the first stamp set I am featuring is Chips and Cheers and Sips. Usually I just feature one stamp set, but tonight the topic is two-tone paper. So yeah. And I haven't talked much today, and I still have some allergy whatever stuff going on. So tonight's a fairly simple class. But we're going to use the two-tone cardstock in a way on this paper that you are going to be able to see the two tones. So this is Strawberry Slush, and this is both the two tones showing the one tone, and then there are the two different colors that you get from the Strawberry Slush two-tone paper. If you're watching this after the sale, it is still going to be available. It's just during the sale, it is 20% off. All right. So you get the tutorials free with a purchase of two-tone paper. And it is on sale through tomorrow, Friday, July 11th. I don't know what date it is. I'm lucky I know what day it is. All right. So this is just a standard card base and a standard fold. I don't have any fancy folds or fun folds tonight. So we're going to put this. I think I got the right one. Yep. This one's going to just get put down. And this is just a standard next set. So let's see, this would be 4 by 5 1/4. And yes, you did just see me drag my finger through the glue. I need to take a breath and slow down. The lavender bullcrumbs, the numbers in the chat. Oh, you know, I saw an email saying that they were going to do something about some super fans or something. I don't know. I don't see it on my end. People who watch a lot and comment a lot get different colored crowns. I don't know. Yes, Debbie, I agree. Nancy, hopefully she has her AC on. All right. So I don't know about the crowns. I'm sorry. All right. I don't know if it's on Facebook or YouTube because I have watchers on both. So then this is from the Textured Note dies. And then this piece is 2 7/8. Actually, it's 2 15/16. And this is, excuse me, this is just shy of 2.5, and this is just shy of 4 to fit in here. So we're going to add that to this. And this way you get to see the two-tone cardstock right next to each other. You can buy the two-tone cardstock in single packs or multi-packs, meaning all of one color or a little bit of everything. It is lighter than our current cardstock, than our regular cardstock. It is offered in 12 by 12 only, and it is offered in all of our Stampin' Up! Colors. So you see there's just a slight variation in color, but it just adds some interest. All right, we're going to work on this piece for a minute and set this aside. I am using the celebratory sips, and one of them has disappeared. I told you everything fell. Oh, it landed on my lap. Well, how lucky was that? Yeah, Maisie's not here to fetch anymore. Sadly, our Maisie dog we lost our Maisie dog a couple weeks ago. It's been rough. June was a tough month. Very, very tough month. So last time I dropped a die, she found it, and y'all got to witness that, or I shared it with everybody. I need so I'm just going to add these on here. Oh, and you're probably wondering, well, where did you get those, Cheryl? I got distracted by losing one of them. These are cut out of one of the pieces of paper from the Celebratory Sips Designer Series paper. There are dies you could cut, but then you lose the umbrella and everything else. So I just fussy cut them. So So I laid that one down flat, and then we're going to use some dimensionals. Yes, the two-tone has the white core. Thank you for answering, Nancy. The white core, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I don't like it for some things. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like it for some things, but I do like it for others. So I guess that's probably with most products. There's things you can do with it and things that you have, there's a better option for it. So yeah. Hi, Deb. How are you tonight? Have you recuperated from your big 4th of July weekend? I don't know about you, but I traveled so much in May and June that I am happy not to be going too far. Tomorrow I am going in the fabric trailer with my friend to one of the nearby towns in Fairview. If you're close to Fairview, drop by. I am helping her with her fabric. We don't have fabric stores anywhere close. So two of my friends put together a mobile fabric store. They have a 32-foot trailer, enclosed trailer, and they drive around to these small towns and sell fabric, mostly to the quilters, but you know, sometimes you need fabric for other things too. So anyhow, this is just a simple, quick card. Use some dimensionals on the back. And I think I might get that in there. I have an umbrella there. And then I thought I might take some white baker's twine. And that's why I set that card aside. Because if I would have just put this on and started building, you know what would have happened. I would have just done it and then thought, oh, I was going to put that on later. And then it would have been later, too late. Oh. I hope everyone is staying cool. I heated my, I didn't even close my door all the way. I heated my craft room up a little bit today with a heater so I could wear a short sleeve shirt instead of my sweatshirt like I had on the other night. Everybody was telling me that I looked warm. I looked cold. It is cold down here, but it makes the upstairs so much nicer that you freeze to death when you're downstairs. All right. So I am going to put some glue dots on the back because I want a little poof, but not a lot of poof. So I already have poof, but I want it to be up a little bit because of that thread. I don't want it to have a big bulky piece across it. So glue dots it is. Sometimes I use every kind of adhesive on my card. Just relaxing this weekend, Deb. That is good. I don't know, I might go to Art in the Park in a neighboring town. They have a big weekend this weekend, a Wolf Point Stampede for any of you that are close to me. And I might go up to the Art in the Park, or I don't think I'm going to go to the rodeo this year. It's not appealing to me this year, but who knows? It's a 3-night rodeo. Tonight's the first night. My son and his girlfriend just left to go up to it. So, all right. So you can kind of see the two tones. It's a little darker than this one. And then I have Cheers from this stamp set. And I'm just going to go with black. This is from the Stylish Shapes. And you can get all the shapes and sizes on the tutorials if you are interested in purchasing any of the two-tone cardstock. The sale ends tomorrow. I need a few things because true confession time. I did sign up for the scrapbooking retreat. Just let me shut my door just a second. I thought I had shut it earlier, and I apparently didn't get it quite done. And I know my husband's coming down to shower, so we don't need to hear that. Anyway, I do save on my AC when I'm downstairs. Okay, what was I saying? I lost track when I heard a noise out in it. Oh, I did sign up for the scrapbooking workshop. So I will be doing the scrapbooking workshop. I don't know what that's going to look like for next Thursday's class. I haven't decided how it's going to work because I'm going to be in class myself. So I have to prepare ahead and have something ready, or I have to not do my scrapbooking workshop and to be here. So I don't know what you're going to get next Thursday, but you'll get something. And then we're going to add this. And I'm going to move that down just a little bit. I wanted it not in the way. I don't think I have a cough drop down here either. Dang. All right, let me get this figured out. I've been trying to use my twine a little bit more because I really like it, but I always forget about it. So there you go. So that is using the two-tone cardstock. Just by cutting it into squares and using one shade in one spot and the other side, the other shade. So there is that one. All right, we're going to add it to the done pile. I already have 2 done, plus a scrapbook layout, so you get to see a little bit more. Glenda asks, how far away is the biggest town that has all the necessary things for your kitchen or other household items? So in the closest town that is to me is 20 miles away. And we have a hardware store and a grocery store and a lumber yard. So there's that. If you go that was south. If you go north, they have like a Family Dollar and a furniture store and an Albertsons. To get to Walmart or that kind of store, the closest one is 125 miles away. When we go to Costco, that is 4 hours away. That's about 220 miles away, 225 miles away, something like that. So, yeah. The closest Starbucks is 90 miles away. The closest McDonald's is 30 miles away. So, yeah, we're just in the middle of nowhere. But it's okay. Sometimes that's a good thing. All right. So, our next card, I don't know which tag I'm using. So, our next card, we're going to do 11 by 4 1/4. And this is the thick cardstock. I try to use the thick cardstock when I'm using card bases because sometimes you get all those layers on, and I think they say that the white isn't thinner than the others, but I think it is. We are in farm country and cow country. Yes. There are lots of ranches, which is what we call the cows, and there's lots of farms that we have the crops. We also are our county has both badlands, like you see at the Badland National Park and stuff, and then we also have some really lush farmland, so you get all of it here. Oh, so yes. I'm not in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of farm and cow country. I get what you're saying now. Okay, so these are all two-tone cardstock, and this is the one I stole out of my scrapbook paper, my scrapbook kit for next week. And so I have to buy a pack of crumb cake two-tone cardstock so I can do so I can do it next week because I didn't have what I wanted. So this card is actually kind of a remake from one in the catalog or online with Stampin' Up. The last one was one I just made up. So these, I got to remember how to do this. I should have left my iPad on. So this is Garden Green, and it's 5.5 by 3. And I am just going to tear it. And this is going to be our grass. I got the 2 tones there. There we go. So by just tearing it, and then I'm going to flip it over, and there we have our grass, and it's 2-tone. I can also go lighter, darker, but I'm going to go darker, lighter because I like the way that hill turned out. So I'm going to put a layer of tear and tape across the bottom here and line it up where I kind of want it. Oh, that did not work well. Okay, line it up. There we go. So there, I'm going to have my base or my foreground. There we go. I live in a very peaceful area. As long as we stay away from the TV and social media, it's peaceful. But yes, you have to plan and make lists, and yeah, you always get to go out and have a little bit of a meal when you go. So this is Pool Party. I think it's Pool Party. It's Pool Party. And it's got 2 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I think this one I needed to do up higher. Not a split down the middle. And this is going to be kind of my sky with the clouds. I do it up here. My little ding there. That'll be all right. All right. So I'm just going to run it along the base of the one I'm putting behind it. And this will be my wispy clouds in the background. Oh, got a little. So just kind of set the scene. You know, you have to make a list, like I said, Glenda, but sometimes you just buy stuff and you're like, oh, well, I need this because I don't know when I'm going to get back here. And then you get home and you find out you have 2 already in your cupboard because you did that the last time you went. So yes, lists are very helpful. All right. So this one, we're going to make some mountains. So we're going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. So we're going to tuck. I'm going to do some hills in the background. And I'm just dry layering everything right now. And I want the white. So I might do this one. This was just a 5x4 square that I cut. And I can actually, that I'm cutting apart. So that's why I can cut, so then you see the 2 tones there. And that's a little too steep for my mountain unless I wanted to put it over here up. Like I said, I'm just dry layering, meaning I'm not putting anything down until I kind of figure out where I'm headed with this. I could put that mountain there. No, that's a little too sharp of a mountain for me. I'm a mountain girl, but that's not it. Well, your temper tantrum, if she forgot something at Costco. Well, the beauty of it is we have such a great community and family and everything else that there's usually somebody headed to Costco that you can say, hey, could could you grab? When I was there, I forgot, could you grab? So you're constantly picking up things for other people and, you know, bringing them home and sharing the love. So that's pretty awesome about this. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tack these down. So I've kind of got the general idea of what I'm going to do. So this one's going to go down first. And I don't want it to go all the way up to the top just because, and it's going to go side to side. Now I could have used like pool party background. I don't think this is cloud cover. Nope, it could be cloud cover. I will find out. But it's really not important. It's one of our colors. I know this is garden green. All right. So this one I'm only going to tack on the bottom right now because I'm going to tuck the mountains in. All right. So there is that. Now I have to remember where my mountains went. I think this one was here. Maybe backwards. I know I need a big one because I got a big piece of adhesive there to cover. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're going to actually tack that one down there because I want to cover up my tear and tape there. And before I do that, I can just whack off this bottom. It is paper collage at its finest, right? But it's a technique you can use with the two-tone paper. All right, I'm going to tuck. I want to cover up my accidental cut mark there. So there's two of our mountains, and you can see the two-tone colors. And then we'll just flip this over and trim it off. There we go. And I had one more mountain. This one, I like this one better. And we're just going to trim it off. Run it across the bottom, actually wherever it wants. And then we're going to tuck it in. And like I said, you'll see one similar to this on stampinup.com or on in the catalog. I don't remember which it is. So there's that one. Or I have this one. I kind of like the roundish one. It's softer. Maybe we want to use this mountain. Although we have 3 mountains. We're just going to leave with 3 mountains. All right. So for this one, I have... No, I don't have. This one I am featuring the Scenic Adventure stamp set. This goes with that really cool camping paper. If you're not sure what really cool camping paper, let me see if I can flip through and find it really fast. Really cool camping paper. There is a scrapbook workshop that is made out of this also. So this is the really cool camping paper that I'm referring to that coordinates with this. No, it doesn't. I think there's another one that coordinates with this too, but it would work. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me. All right, and we're going to use Just Breathe and Take It Slow. It looks appropriate for fitting on in the mountains. And let me grab a block. Now I have not used this one, so I'll grab a scrap paper. I had used Cheers multiple times, as you know. That E's kind of wonky. All right, I think we're good. All right, and we're going to just breathe. This one, I'm going to take some linen thread. And I don't do this often because I'm not good at it, so it might take a little bit. Let's see here. All right. So I'm just going to put a wad of bits and pieces. If I try to organize it, it looks horrible. Let's hope it doesn't look horrible by not organizing it. I don't care if some poke out. All right, and then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. I am a mountain girl. I love the prairie. I love living on the prairie. But I grew up in the mountains, and I love the mountains. So this is just lovely. And it could be the Badlands, although it's usually not green near the Badlands. All right. I am going to tuck that stray piece in. I don't want it poking out the side. And I can always just poke some in there. I got a stray piece right here that we will use the putty end of our Take Your Pick tool and just kind of nudge it under. Or maybe not. So there is the next card. So get it out of the bright lights. Just some tearing. All right. The next one's kind of just a fun card. The next one, I am featuring the dies that I just showed you. I don't remember what they're called. The Halloween dies. I do not have the stamp set. The stamp set did not speak to me, but the dies spoke to me, so I got them. And I know it's a little early for Halloween. But I thought, what the heck? They kind of fit with this whole thing. So here we are. This is Blackberry Bliss two-sided paper. And that's where we're going to start. Oh, I'm saving the tractor card. So this paper, you can also just wad up in a ball. And just make it crinkly. You can spray some water on it or some alcohol if you want to. We are not going to do that. We're just going to visit while I play wad the paper up in a ball. And just kind of wrinkle it, crinkle it. And it just, it's thicker paper, but it's thinner than our other cardstock. So now that we have that, I'm going to take and I'm going to do some more distressing. I know you saw me do some distressing the other night. And I'm just using, I learned the hard way the other night. I didn't have, we're just going to do the edges first. Just kind of give it a ratty look. It's for Halloween, right? So that's why I thought, oh, this would be good. Oh, you're making Thanksgiving cards, see? And Christmas in July. So Halloween in July isn't a bad thing because there's a lot of people that, you know, Christmas in July is the thing. And if this had cracks in it, I wouldn't care because it's Halloween, right? I wanted to think of something I could do with the torn paper. So I think I like this. We might rough up both sides. So I was asked earlier today where I got my standing block. It's an old Stampin' Up block, but I will share a link with some that you can get on Amazon. And that white core pops through when you just sand it. You can flatten it out more if you want more areas. And you can rough it up however you want to rough it up. So this paper takes the distressing a lot better than our regular paper. But there we go. So that's just crumpled. And now we're going to get some of the crumbs away. Ha, ha, ha. All right. I hope the rest of this works out well. Oh, you use it to make your annuals. It's a dead month for your birthday list. Okay. Oh, that's kind of fun. All right. So this is Secret C. I decided not to go with the black. I thought we'd try something new. And this is one of the new in colors. Secret C. And I'm going to attach this to this as best I can. So I think I might just do it this way. Try to hit some of the high spots. I might have to hold it for a minute. So, like I said, I am using the die set. I don't know what to do with the die set. The dies. Oh, it's right next to me. Silly me. So this is the dies. They have the fun spider webs in this double stack of almost like a tag. So I used that. You'll get to see that in a minute. And I just made some fun stuff here. All right, I'm done holding this, but I want it to be held a little longer, so we're just going to put a block on it. And we'll work on our tag. It's not really a tag, but it could be a tag. All right, it's kind of in the form of a tombstone, but not really. If you cut it off, it could be. Part of the tags, you have this little piece right here, and this is a new online exclusive that you could put on here when you ran it through the die cut machine, and it would poke a hole in there to make it a tag. You can also use this with any of the other dies also. So, oh, don't put it away yet. I might have something out. Okay, we're actually going to not stamp on this. This is doesn't really have any stamping until the inside if we want to do the inside. All right, so we're going to line this up and you know what? We're going to add a little. Shouldn't be pristine white if it's going on a. on a distressed paper like that, right? So this is Secret C. I'll leave it out. Kind of got ink everywhere. What else is new? That is okay. Actually, we're going to take it one step further. All right, Secret C. I know I have it. Oh, it's the one without a label. We're going to go with the light Secret C. I'm just going to take the brush tip and flick it. Rough it up a bit. All right, I'm also going to wipe out that piece, because I don't want a big mess next time I open up this. So I just wiped it out with a paper towel. All right. I need to get names on the end of my new in colors. So now we kind of have it roughed up. I have an eek in Secret C and an eek in Blackberry Bliss two-tone. And I'm going to scoot this off and grab this. And I'm going to make a puddle. And if you're at Stampin' Cross Country, you've seen us do this before. But if not, this is a basting brush that you can get. And you just chop it off. And I believe Patty Bennett is the one that originally came up with this idea that we gave them to our people for Stampin' Cross Country. Oh, I'm not going to be able to use the tweezers I was planning on using. And I'm just going to offset that a little bit. It's okay if it's not perfect because it's going on a Halloween card. And Halloween cards are not perfect. They're kind of eerie. All right, we're going to do the same thing with this. It just puts a nice layer of glue on the back of things. Yes, I could use my adhesive sheets, but I didn't remember. And we're just going to offset this one a little. All right, then we're going to set that aside. I might need it back. All right, this can go on here. I don't know. I can look in the tractor set. Remind me at the end and I'll look. I do need an eyeball. I'll show you what I saw with eyeballs when I'm done. Remind me, tractor set and eyeballs. I'll show you what I was thinking. All right. So we're going to do Eek and Boo. My eraser. Gently. Not gentle enough. All right, it's just going to be that way. What we'll do instead, we will negate the adhesive and it leaves a film on it. It's not a big deal because it's a Halloween card. Right. Got a little carried away with the glue there. That might be cool technique too. All right. I have an eek and a boo, and I was just going to make them go kind of wonky. All right. This one I'm just going to do little dabs. Would have been fun to pop it up too, but I didn't. Well, I told my family I would be done by 8 because we haven't eaten supper yet. So my husband and 2 sons are first responders, and there was a wreck up the road, and so they went to that. But thankfully, no one was hurt very badly, and all is well. But it kind of delayed supper, which is totally fine. So we have eek and boo. We're going to flip that over, and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. I think I mentioned it the other night, but if you weren't here, Stampin' Up! Is out of these snips, and their manufacturer is no longer manufacturing them. So they are in the process of finding a new manufacturer for our snips. So if you are anxiously waiting a new pair of snips, be patient. They will let us know as soon as they find something. All right, so that's ready. Maybe I got a little, no, it's fine. All right, now we're going to put it on this. And I used the darker for the letters and the lighter for the background. So you can see the two-tone cardstock there. Now I did make some of the spider webs. And I was going to do the glue thing on these. I can give you a link to the brushes too. I don't know if they're on the Amazon sale, but something has to be, right? Something that we like for our crafting. This is just a silicone mat, so the glue will come right off of it. See, isn't it just fun? I thought it worked so well with the crumpled up paper. All right. I would come down from there. Thought about doing a little black spider, but I did a little to keep this the same. This might actually get a little dimensional to keep the same color combo going. I don't know if it's going to work for a full one. Let's just see. Nope. Oh, you know what would be perfect for that? A little black dimensional. Because we have the dark ones, don't forget. All right. We're going to grab one, and then we're going to cut it. And that pretty much worked. Not that it matters if we have some white showing through, because it doesn't. All right. Well, there is most of that card. Let me grab This one I'm not putting twine on, but we do have those new. Thought I showed them to you last time. Oh, fiddle. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. They're the new ones that go, and I showed them too. That's not it. We're getting close to the new stuff, though. There we go. These are some foam. So we might put some. I don't know if stars go with that, though. We might just skip it. That goes with the Halloween stuff, but I don't know if I want stars on there. It's kind of eerie. So there you go. There's a Halloween card. Of course, we put a white card base in the inside. And I just made a bit of a mess. And before we do that, there is another Halloween set that I do like that I got. That is Spooky Halloween. So we're going to put Happy Halloween on the inside of this one. And this one has dies that go with it also. But I liked the spider webs on this one. And so the two-tone cardstock goes out off sale tomorrow, but you can get it any time. But if you want to save a little money, it's 20% off. Plus you get 10% on in rewards if you have opted into the rewards and sign up for the virtual scrapbooking retreat. Make an album. No album is included, but you can make enough pages to fill an album. And it's 3 full days from 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon until 10 o'clock that night Mountain Time. It's a long 3 days of that. So it is a long class. All right. I don't know if there's any. Oh, this will go with it. We're just going all Halloween. I'm usually not into Halloween in July, but hey, it's all right. It's working. I'm going to use black. I was going to use Secret Sea and I forgot. So we're going to use black on the bats because, you know. There you go. So there's that one. That's the crumple technique. And then some distressing on top of it. All right. So there's that. You're welcome, Debbie. Wait till you see what you do with the embossing folder. So this is what I made last week. It's embossing folder. And then, oops, I just took the sandpaper over the embossing folder. So this is the mystery stamping from last week. This is the mystery stamping from this week that I used the same technique almost on. I didn't know there was a paper sale on this one, but I did on this one. So I thought, well, I'd do another one and show that if you run it through the embossing folder and then you can distress it. This one I did not distress. And then these are the 3 from tonight. So just different things you can do with that paper. And then, of course, it can be a scrapbook page or 2. This was a kit. I don't know if it's still available or not, but this is the only one I have done at this time. See, I think it's Pool Party that I used. Pool Party? Maybe not. I'll have to find out when I write up the tutorials. So this is the scrapbook page that I created, and you're not going to be able to see it all. Unless I raise it up. Maybe I will. I don't know. Be patient with me. So there it is. So this is the two-tone cardstock here. If you can see, it would have been a little bit different shade there. But our kits, and I didn't follow all the directions, but my journaling will go here. This was back when my twins were really little. So it's great for scrapbooking because it's lighter, so it doesn't make your albums quite as heavy. So that is my presentation of the two-tone cardstock. Now, I told you I needed eyes. So if you poke out these, I think I threw some of them away. Dang it. I was going to keep them out. But if you poke out those, I'm going to put it on the yellow. I think if you made these in yellow or white or some of that older glow-in-the-dark paper, these are from the web. You could make eyes, not on the sunflower. I just used that because it was lighter paper. So those are just the insides of those. And I was going to look for you for the tractor set. There is not a windmill. So, sorry, there is no windmill. Any other questions? Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my emails, to my channel, to whatever. Be sure to like and share. And I love you commenting. Thank you so much. I don't know what the crowns are for, but I hope you all have a crown because you all deserve one. So thank you. Have a great night. And I will put a couple of those links in the comments. Let me see here. Let me just grab this. This will take you to all of the places. So you can go to that one all the time. And it takes you to my shopping, to anything else I have going on. So there you have it. That is my class for the evening. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you get to do something fun. Stay cool. And sweet dreams, Debbie. It's past her bedtime. So thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.